Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Leafy is Beefy, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a fucking face cam video, and I know this webcam is complete ass, but apparently to a lot of people it's good enough, with comments such as, please karate chop my asshole, and please fuck me in the ass. Just straight up, like, that's it.
Before he turned his whole life into one huge controversy, there was a time when LeafyIsHere sat on the throne of YouTube. He would be in a dimly lit bedroom, Counter-Strike surf maps gliding in the background, and a voice that turned other people's lives into 10-minute monologues. It was so good that in 12 months, from August 2015 to late 2016, he went from a 100K sideshow to a 4.9 million sub main event, powered by a simple loop: find a target, mock the target, watch the numbers climb. The Reptilian Brotherhood, which is his fan base, hissed in every comment section. His uploads didn't need sets, guests, or cinematography, just a mic, a punchline, and someone smaller on the receiving end. But before all the fame, drama, and fan hissing, Leafy was just a teenager playing and coding on Minecraft.
It was the night before Christmas, and all the little boys and girls lined up to see Santa Claus at the PvP mall, but Santa Claus was nowhere to be found. Where's Santa Claus at? Where could he be?
He ran a pay-to-win server called PvP, which made him a surprising amount of money, around $100,000 before he even turned 20. But the success came with problems. Hackers threatening him, DDoS attacks, fights with other server owners, and endless stress just to keep things running.
3, 2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the PvP Olympics. We are going to be doing some crazy 1v1s today, and very extravagant 1v1s, if I do say so myself. First up will be GloryBlade98 here. He is also in the team.
To promote his server, he began uploading Minecraft Let's Play videos to YouTube. One of them caught the attention of a bigger creator, Static777, whose shoutout helped Leafy get his first real audience. When the Minecraft server scene became too toxic and exhausting, he walked away and decided to focus fully on YouTube. That's when he found his voice and his edge. He started making commentary videos, using gameplay as a backdrop while joking or ranting about other people's clips, but the humor quickly turned mean. He mocked kids learning to make videos and laughed at small creators like Mr. Black Darkness 666, making fun of his looks, his accent, and his living situation, until the man broke down on camera and filmed a bizarre curse ritual against him.
God, what the fuck? What is he fucking wearing? What is this choice of outfit? Full body armor with a combat claw with wings? Wings, seriously, what the Wait, this isn't a random outfit? He actually wears this every single day? So you're telling me that he walks around day-to-day life looking like a straight-up combat bird? Alright, listen, I get the whole face paint. If you want to wear face paint and look like a ghost, that's fine, okay? Go ahead. But my question is, why do you gotta wear a fucking armor pad? Like, guys, look, he's wearing a shoulder pad. Are you about to go to war with someone? Are you about to go catch some Pokemon? Why are you wearing armor?
In just a few years, Leafy went from being a small Minecraft hustler to one of YouTube's most ruthless commentators, setting the tone for what would later define both his rise and his downfall. Then came TommyNC 2010, an autistic man who filmed an awkward but earnest clip about returning someone's forgotten eggs and encouraging people to do good. Leafy's video turned that into a punchline. His audience turned Tommy's comments into a battleground.
Positive vibes to you too, buddy.
Stay positive. So, you know, every day you're walking around and you're doing, you see the strangest things.
Holy dude, I always see the strangest things too. I completely agree with that. But one of the strange things that I haven't seen yet is a grown man with a fedora on.
The backlash that followed forced an apology that mostly missed the point. Even when targets weren't disabled, rallying millions against tiny channels carried real consequence. That fall, the bill came due. On September 12, 2016, iDubbbz released a 20-minute content cop that did to Leafy what Leafy had done to so many others, starting with the very thing Leafy weaponized: appearance. The weak chin posters were petty by design, a mirror held up to years of personal jabs. The rest of the video dismantled Leafy's defensive padding and his sudden moral clarity when it was convenient, like denouncing Keemstar only after iDubbbz made it fashionable. It worked. Viewers who tolerated bullying balked at cowardice.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Content Cop. As you can probably tell, I can hardly contain myself right now, because today is the day we get to bully Leafy.
Meanwhile, YouTube started tightening its rules on harassment. Old uploads quietly disappeared. Social Blade showed the impossible, negative view deltas, as strikes and removals subtracted totals faster than new videos could add them. 2017 brought the adpocalypse, yellow dollar signs, gutted CPMs, and an algorithm that buried limited ad uploads. In December 2017, Leafy stopped posting. But he wouldn't stay gone. In March 2020, iDubbbz uploaded a defense of his girlfriend's new OnlyFans. Leafy answered with a 30-second drive-by "You're a cuck" that rocketed onto trending and reopened the door.
My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay, and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know,
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
Just call me angel of the morning.
He followed with shots at Ethan Klein, who had once called for Leafy's style to die out. This time, Leafy largely targeted creators his own size. The videos were calmer, less theatrical, and briefly popular.
You have to adapt and overcome the fact that, like, you can't even curse, bro. Like, I don't know. I'd like to see him try to make it come back.
Dude, I survived. I did the math earlier. I survived 143 days. I take that as a dub.
I tried everything else, bro. I tried emailing, I tried going through the normal system, crying on Twitter. The second it goes on trending, age restricted, crying on Twitter. Bro, it's like they're with me. Like, I'm convinced that they get some sort of sick satisfaction from this or something. Crying on Twitter. Instantly age restricted, which I know I already said this in another video, but when your video gets age restricted, it gets removed off trending. Crying on Twitter. I think they get some sick satisfaction out of this. I'm not gonna bitch about this for 8 hours, but just know I could.
Then he picked Pokimane. He criticized her copyright tactics, dredged up rumors about a hidden boyfriend, and packaged it as a multi-part content nuke.
Pokimane has no redeeming qualities and is not funny at all. Pokimane isn't even attractive. The average person on Twitch is more attractive than Pokimane. We're loser fan base.
I mean, no one's actually taking this video seriously.
He trended, she took a break, the internet argued in circles about parasocial baiting and fair use. On August 21st, 2020 though, YouTube ended the debate for him. Permanent termination for repeated harassment and bullying, without the staircase of public strikes he'd once climbed down from. A few weeks later, Twitch banned him for hateful conduct. Backup channels vanished. Twitter followed. A creator with nearly 5 million subscribers was erased by the systems he'd gamed so well. He kept trying. A corporate front WEI channel that YouTube crushed in 2 weeks. Finally, Rumble in 2023, where he streamed to tens of thousands until the same patterns reappeared. Anti-LGBT slurs, defending the indefensible, including EDP, and another ban 6 months in. In between, collaborators said he was spiraling, with alcohol, drugs, late-night calls that sounded like freefall. By early 2025, the last breadcrumb was an Instagram post about getting a girl pregnant, then silence. You see, at his peak, Leafy proved you could build an empire out of other people's worst moments. The rest of his story is everything that the empire couldn't survive. It all started on October 7th, 2011. A 16-year-old kid from Utah named Calvin Lee Vale hits Create Channel on YouTube. He doesn't have a plan, a brand, or a camera, just a cracked copy of Minecraft and a drive to turn gameplay into income. He calls the channel LeafyIsHere, though in those early days, usernames and video titles shifted constantly. Each upload was an experiment. Let's plays, jump cuts, pixelated sword fights, server walkthroughs. It's less about creativity and more about hustle. Behind the uploads sits ParaPvP, a pay-to-win Minecraft server he built with friends. The model is simple. Players pay real money for in-game perks, armor, and flashy cosmetics that give them an edge. Calvin calls it entrepreneurship. Others call it exploitation. Within months, he's boasting about rich Dubai kids dropping hundreds on virtual gear. The revenue climbs into 6 figures, astonishing for a teenager, but the money brings stress. The Minecraft server world in 2012 isn't a friendly one. Rival admins use DDoS attacks to knock each other offline. Entire Discord and TeamSpeak networks revolve around extortion. Pay us to stop. Doxing becomes a tool of competition, not revenge. Calvin spends nights fending off attacks, chasing logs, restarting the server, and watching support tickets pile up. It's war, not gaming. Then a small moment changes everything. A mid-sized YouTuber named Static777 with about 20,000 subscribers notices one of Leafy's server videos and clicks like. That single interaction funnels the first real audience toward Calvin's channel. About 50 subscribers who aren't bots, friends, or alt accounts. It's the first hint of a feedback loop. More visibility, more players, more revenue. By early 2012, the channel joins the YouTube Partner Program at around 700 subscribers. It's enough to unlock monetization, not enough to live on. The year closes with just under 10,000 subs. Steady, unremarkable growth, but it was a start nonetheless. The stress, though, keeps building. By late 2013, para-PvP was less of a business and more of a burden. DDoS attacks, endless accusations of rigged ranks, and feuds with other server owners wore him down. Calvin cashes out, shutters most of the operation, and refocuses on his channel. He starts uploading videos about the conflicts themselves, narrating the server wars, dissecting the scams, venting about the toxicity. For the first time, he's not hiding behind a pickaxe or a GUI, his voice becomes the content. It's the earliest glimpse of the persona that would later dominate YouTube. Fast-talking, reactive, unfiltered, and addicted to attention. What started as a server advertisement had become something else entirely, a platform for commentary.
That guy's creepy as dude. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, it's just a Minecraft animation, they're going to fight, but I don't know, dude, that face, that's not a face of battle. That's the face of give me the booty.
By 2014, the Minecraft era was over. The servers had drained him, the drama had bored him, and the views were starting to stall. Calvin still wanted to make videos, but he didn't want to grind through another blocky landscape, so he tried something else. He turned the camera and the conversation toward himself. His first attempts were vlogs, a dimly lit room tour, a shaky confessional about anxiety, a story where he punches a wall mid-rant. They weren't polished, but they were real enough to plant the idea of a personality. For the first time, viewers saw the face behind the mic, a nervous, self-deprecating kid with a sarcastic sense of humor.
Make this shit quick. We hit 23k subs on YouTube, and I fucking love you guys. And here is the room tour. Also, I'm thinking about giving away my Black Widow Ultimate. As you see right now, I am no longer using that keyboard. I am actually using a K70, which is a amazing keyboard, might I add. But I am thinking about giving away. Let me clear my throat. I am thinking about giving away my Black Widow Ultimate, which is a $140 keyboard. It is actually time to eat. $140 keyboard. It is actually time to eat. I hear you. A $140 keyboard, which is called the Black Widow Ultimate. It's very sick. It's just look it up. And I'm also thinking about giving away my Black Shark Ultimate. It's just a Black Shark. The Razer Black Shark. Another $140 headset. I'm only going to be giving away one of these, so leave in the comments which one it is.
These videos didn't blow up, but they grounded him. They gave Leafy a human voice, even when that voice was hiding behind a layer of irony.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Leafy is beefy with his face cam on. Holy shit, it's Leafy! He's a reptilian, you idiot. The point of this video is to say a big fat thanks to all the people that have supported this channel in the past 2 years that it's been up, so.
Then, sometime in late 2014, a format shift began. Calvin found his sweet spot, talking over gameplay. Instead of showing his face, he recorded himself gliding along CSGO surf maps, smooth, hypnotic, and completely detached from what he was saying. The footage wasn't the focus, it was a moving background, a visual rhythm for his monologues. The real entertainment was the commentary.
Like this or some shit, or if it's like, can you don't angle up high enough? But I mean, that just comes with time. You'll realize how far or, how fast you need to be to get there. Now, the second reason I can actually help you and I give you some advice on this. So, second reason would be you don't have enough speed. I see this all the time. I see new people.
He started with small throwaway topics. Kids who DDoS and think they're hackers. Why Google Plus ruined YouTube comments. People who pretend to be depressed for attention. Each one followed the same blueprint. a tight, fast-paced voiceover, building irritation into mockery, sprinkled with exaggerated phrases and drawn-out insults. The editing was bare bones, just gameplay, cuts, and his voice, but the rhythm was addictive. The sentences moved like jump cuts.
Those motherfuckers, okay? Now listen, I ain't attacking the big guy, alright? The guy that has like the 50k booter, whatever the you want to call it. Goddamn.
I don't want to attack him either. That.
And the hacker known as Anonymous, alright? I don't want to with that guy, okay?
That fucking 4chan, dude.
Yeah,
that guy.
4chan guy.
This was the bridge between his early gaming roots and the monster he'd soon become. By early 2015, Leafy had quietly turned into a machine. The long, rambling story videos were gone. Each upload now revolved around a single clickable topic. No series, no continuity, no backstory required. Every title followed the same pattern. The most cringy kid on YouTube, the dumbest person alive, the best argument I've ever seen.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the first ever, not really the first, but the sequel to the hit series Kids That DDoS. This is Kids That DDoS number 3 coming to your TV as we speak. I'm here with my co-host.
Hi everyone, it's Joe from Joey's Super Cool Food Reviews. I'm back!
Jesus Christ, dude, what the fuck? Like, sometimes I watch my own videos and I think to myself that I'm a little bit too spazzy in the videos, but at least I can hide behind the fact that I'm only 20 years old. But what the is this guy's excuse, dude? I'm back!
They weren't about a subject so much as they were about a feeling. Something outrageous, funny, or pathetic enough to bait curiosity in one line. These were self-contained worlds, perfectly engineered for YouTube's recommendation system. You didn't have to know who Leafy was or what he'd posted yesterday. The algorithm could serve you a single video, and you'd understand everything you needed to in the first 10 seconds. He wasn't chasing stories anymore, he was chasing click probability. His thumbnails were simple with red outlines, overexposed faces, and cartoonish text. His pacing got faster. His tone was now more performative. Every second had to entertain, insult, or exaggerate. And it worked. YouTube's system loved the format. One-off commentary, easily consumed, endlessly recommended.
Yeah, dude, I think he would be an excellent meme on this channel, but I didn't think he would be a king meme until that is I saw some of his other videos. So what this guy does is he'll upload like 10, maybe even 20 of those just pretty standard in the car, disgusting.
By August 2015, the formula had exploded. Leafy hit 100,000 subscribers, a milestone that transformed him from underground name to rising creator. He marked the occasion with a face reveal, a small but crucial decision that cemented his parasocial connection with viewers.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Leafy is Beefy with his face cam on. Holy shit, it's Leafy! He's a reptilian, you idiot. The point of this video is to say a big fat thanks to all the people that have supported this channel.
The voice behind the gameplay was suddenly real. A young, smug, slightly awkward kid talking directly into the camera. It humanized him just enough to make his arrogance feel earned, his cruelty feel playful. Then came the inside joke that turned into a movement. During a random rant, he made an offhand reference to being part of the Reptilian Brotherhood, a jab at conspiracy theorists who claimed lizard people secretly ran the world. To his fans, it was instantly funny.
He's trying to rationalize my thoughts because he's a reptilian.
It became his signature. Whenever he mocked a creator, their comment section filled with snake emojis and hiss spam within hours. It was a new kind of power, audience participation as a weapon. By September 2015, Leafy's audience had stopped being a passive crowd. They'd become an army with a language of their own. At first, it looked like harmless trolling. Viewers felt like they were in on something bigger than a video. They were part of a movement, a secret in-joke that made them feel close to Leafy himself. For Calvin, this was the first time his words created an immediate chain reaction he could actually watch. Upload, insult, chaos, which leads to new subscribers. The feedback loop was addictive. The raids became a pattern. He would release a video laughing at a smaller creator, then scroll through their comment section later that day, reading the flood of hisses, snake emojis, and slurs. Each time he acted amused but distant, pretending the attacks were just his fans having fun. On Reddit and Twitter, clips of the chaos spread even faster. People began making compilation videos of Leafy raids, showing the same snake-filled comment sections as proof of how far his reach extended. The activity caught the attention of larger YouTubers. Keemstar featured Leafy and the growing hiss movement on Drama Alert, a show that thrived on online controversy. This gave Leafy another wave of exposure, introducing him to a wider crowd that was already addicted to conflict.
It's like 50% like parody and like for comedy, it's basically satire, and then 50% like an actual message.
The audience overlap between Drama Alert viewers and Leafy's channel created a constant back and forth of coverage, responses, and reactions that kept both sides relevant.
Harassment and bullying, like did YouTube tell you what 3 videos caused your channel to go down?
YouTube sent nothing. I went through all my emails. There was no like this video has been removed or this video, because I was expecting like it would be like 3 different, you know, emails in a row, but no, it's just saying your channel has been suspended essentially.
But behind the numbers, the ethical line had already begun to blur. Leafy told his fans it was just jokes and dismissed criticism by saying people were too sensitive. Yet the targets of these raids weren't laughing. Smaller YouTubers were shutting down their channels, deleting videos, or making tearful responses that only fueled more mockery. Some viewers started to question whether Leafy's content was still entertainment or something more harmful. This was the moment where his channel stopped being a collection of commentaries and became one built on cruelty disguised as humor. The raids were making him rich, famous, and unstoppable, but they also marked the beginning of the same cycle that would eventually destroy him. As time went on, Leafy continued to upload videos that quietly destroyed smaller YouTubers. One was about a YouTuber named Lispy Jimmy, a figure already disliked within the gaming community for his repetitive GTA content and clickbait titles.
Do you feel like there's a lack of purpose in life? Do you secretly wish that every time you go to bed, someone will just break into your house and strangle you? Do you feel like a fucking snowman brought up into a painful existence against your will and just waiting out the pain that is life? It's okay though, because if you answered yes to any of those last questions, it is a-okay, because today we're back on the King of YouTube's YouTube channel. Yes, that's right, we're back on Devin's channel. You know, honestly, this guy is just an inspiration for me to make content, you know, like, a lot of YouTubers get jealous when they see a YouTuber making, you know, some crazy good content, and they're just blowing up on YouTube, but I don't take it that way. You know, I see a person like Devin here that makes just some of the best videos I've ever seen, and I don't get jealous. I just take it as inspiration, you know.
The video performed better than anything Leafy had released up to that point, and for good reason. The next day, he repeated the formula with another creator, Basher, known for his uncomfortable adult Minecraft videos aimed at children.
His name, we're just gonna call him Jimmy, okay? Little old Jimmy.
Now, Jimmy, I hate to run him down, but Jimmy was a little bit of a weirdo, okay? He was 21 years old, maybe 20 at the time. He dropped out of high school. He wasn't going to college right now. He didn't have a job. He lived with his parents, and he had a plot. Get this, guys. He used to have a plot to kill everybody at his old high school. Crazy as shit. Wait, I swear to God, when he brought that up, everybody was just like, Jimmy, what? What? You had a plot to kill everybody at your high school? What? And he's just like, yeah, I mean, you know, there were some people that used to give me shit, and I was just, you know, thinking about locking all the doors and killing everybody with a shotgun. Everybody's just like, Jimmy, what? What the
Each upload followed a recognizable pattern. First, Leafy would pick a target, usually someone already disliked or embarrassing enough to be mocked without pushback. Then came the roast, a 10-minute commentary filled with clipped reactions, exaggerated disbelief, and bursts of laughter.
I haven't seen yet is a grown man with a fedora on, about to vlog himself and someone else in the middle of a parking lot. Because holy that would be awesome. But hey, you never know, man. Maybe I'll see it someday, right?
As the video circulated, Leafy's fans flooded the creator's comment sections, spamming hisses, snake emojis, and insults. Within hours, the target would usually respond in anger or tears, creating the perfect setup for Leafy's next upload, a sequel video ridiculing their response.
Totally honest here, besides all the continuous shots at my ridiculous outfit, other than that, Leafy was pretty kind. He didn't really say one mean comment about the music. He even admitted to watching some of my content and saying that it wasn't that.
By December, the results were staggering. His channel was now growing by hundreds of thousands of subscribers each month. Each upload pulled in millions of views. His daily posting schedule turned him into an algorithmic juggernaut. The commentary genre, once niche and subdued, now revolved around his voice and cadence. The success was intoxicating. Every attack seemed justified because the numbers kept climbing. The more controversial he became, the faster he grew, and by the end of 2015, it was clear that Leafy had found his thing. In less than a year, he had gone from 100,000 subscribers to nearly 5 million, a growth spurt few creators in YouTube's history had ever matched, but with that influence came reality.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's LeafyIsBeefy, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a face cam video, and I know this webcam is complete ass, but apparently to a lot of people it's good enough, with comments such as, please karate chop my asshole, and please f me in the ass. Just straight up, like that's it.
People he chose to talk about got smaller, stranger, and more vulnerable. His subjects expanded beyond gamers and YouTubers to include furries, small-time vloggers, and random internet users labeled as cringe. These were ordinary people making videos for fun. To Leafy, they were perfect content. One of his earliest and most infamous targets that year was a creator named Mr. Black Darkness 666, or Vlad, a goth YouTuber from the Netherlands who posted melancholic videos about loneliness and bullying in his small town.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop talking to me like that! I'm a person, okay? I'm a person! You all! I hope you die!
Leafy dissected him piece by piece. He mocked Vlad's apartment, his appearance, his accent, and even the way he spoke. What to Vlad was a diary of pain became, to Leafy's audience, comedy material.
Play this right now, and I want you guys to open up your heart to this guy, because he might be a little bit different, but he's just like you and me, you know? This guy just is a great guy. Just play the video.
This is where I live. I live up there, where you can see the grapes. Yeah, I know, it's a fucking dump, and I hate it here.
Let's do it. Done it. So, how you gonna wear this shit, dude? Like, look, don't get me wrong. I'm far from normal, dude. I'm definitely way far from normal. I make YouTube videos, okay? But, dude, the eyeshadow with the long dyed hair straightened out, the contacts, it takes this motherfucker probably like 40 minutes to get dressed. And look, don't get me wrong. You can wear whatever you want. You can walk outside with a pancake on your head as a hat. You can do whatever you want. But I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I'm gonna give you the hard truth. You look ridiculous, dude.
When Vlad discovered the video, he broke down. He recorded a furious response, shouting at Leafy and vowing revenge.
Hello, you assholes. I finally decided to make another video.
Well, what the f is this shit, dude? I was about to welcome you back, then you call everybody an asshole? Jesus Christ, right off the start he's being edgy. And what is that chest hair, by the way? Like, I get it that this is like one of those videos where it's like, distress just barely happened, but like, why don't you just button up your shirt? I'm just saying. Leafy, you don't understand our style because you're old as fuck.
This is because some asshole on YouTube has used my video for the wrong purpose. He's been mocking me, saying degrading stuff about me, laughing at me in my face on YouTube.
Dude, what? I just made a satire video where I criticized you for yelling at a bunch of 8-year-olds.
Then he cried as he narrated how his girlfriend also left him.
The way you look, and maybe people won't harass you anymore. And I'm like, no, it's not who I am. It's not who I am. You know that. You're supposed to be the one who understands me. And then we got into this huge discussion. And she just left me. She left me because of you ass.
The situation spiraled into something surreal. Vlad also later filmed himself performing a satanic ritual to curse Leafy, complete with candles, a voodoo doll, chanting, and blood.
Today I'm going to show you one of my dark rituals. This particular ritual is to keep unwanted spirits or negative thoughts or bad people who are harassing you.
Instead of de-escalating, Leafy turned it into another punchline, mocking the ritual in a follow-up video where he cast his own curse in Microsoft Paint.
Hold it above the pentagram or Baphomet and recite as followed. O God Lucifer, hear my plea.
Oh God, Lucifer, hear my plead.
He has done me wrong, and now he will feel my wrath. Here we go. This is for all the crap you caused me.
He has done me wrong, and,
Fuck this guy, dude.
The feud climaxed when Drama Alert hosted both of them on a live call to reconcile, with Leafy half-heartedly apologizing and Vlad awkwardly accepting.
Again, I have no issue with him at all.
Mr. Darkness?
No, I would like an apology.
Do you want me to say it right now, or I'll say
Yeah.
sorry, man? I'm sorry, Mr. Black Darkness 666.
So, Mr. Darkness, do you still want him to die?
No, I guess not.
I'm glad we sorted things out.
Okay. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, the death spell has been turned off.
Even then, Leafy deflected any criticism. When people began to question the point of his videos, he brushed it off as just parody, a claim that would soon crumble under scrutiny. That scrutiny came with his next target, Tommy NC 2010. Tommy was a small creator known for his positive, inspirational videos about kindness and doing good. One video showed him helping a woman who left her groceries on top of her car. It was simple and wholesome, but to Leafy, it was cringe gold.
I don't know what to say. When I first did a video like this, I was bawling my eyes out because I was being bullied and manipulated and being just thrown around like a rag doll. And now, 50,000 Tommy heads. Thank you.
He mocked Tommy's mannerisms, his fedora, his delivery.
Here at Ingles parking lot, and next thing I know, I see this woman pulling out of her car, and I ran so fast, I got to the top of her car as she was pulling out, and I handed her eggs. Isn't that right, ma'am?
It is. Thank you. I didn't realize I put eggs on top of the car. I appreciate that very much.
Okay, so you saved this lady's fucking eggs. Good for you, buddy. You know what? You're fucking sane, okay? Much better than I am. But how does saving someone's eggs in the middle of a Walmart parking lot turn into, let me record you for my YouTube channel so everyone can see how good of a person I am? How does that, where does it escalate to that? Because again, there's nothing wrong with this fedora wearing motherfucker saving someone's eggs. Good for you. You're a great guy, okay? Good job, here's your star, but why does he have to record it?
The audience followed, flooding Tommy's comments with taunts and hisses. Within hours, the mockery turned into harassment. Tommy uploaded a tearful response video, visibly shaken. He explained that he was autistic and the hate messages had spilled into his personal life. All I wanted to do was inspire people, he said, struggling through tears.
Hello, folks. I'm having a difficult time right now because some people are threatening my life, threatening my family, and all I wanted to do was inspire people.
The internet turned on Leafy almost instantly. Even parts of his own audience were uncomfortable. For the first time, people began to see that this wasn't satire, it was cruelty. The joke had gone too far. Leafy released an apology, but it only made things worse. He said he hadn't known Tommy was autistic, as if ignorance excused the dog pile. What he failed to understand was that the problem wasn't who Tommy was, but what Leafy had created. A system where one person's humiliation became a mass sport.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Leafy, and as many of you guys know, this is going to be an apology video for everything that has happened recently, and also me explaining basically what exactly happened, because, I mean, a lot of people don't even know exactly what happened yet. So first off, before I say anything, I just want to say, guys, I f***ed up. I know I f***ed up. I'm not going to sit here and try to redirect the blame. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. And I'm willing to admit that I am in the wrong here. And I'm sorry. And I would also like to thank everybody that has supported me through this whole thing. You know, without the people that supported me through this whole thing, there's no way I would have been able to go through this. And, you know, a lot of YouTube content creators always talk about how much they appreciate their fans and their audience, but I feel like a lot of these guys will never understand the full extent of it until, well, they get some people that want their blood. And I can't even express how much I want to say thank you to everybody that has supported me through this entire thing. I mean, like, this has been one of the worst things that's happened to me in the 20 years I've been alive, and just to see so many people actually defend me in this is...
By mid-2016, the world Leafy helped create began to fracture. The first blow came from a familiar face. Ethan Klein of H3H3 Productions uploaded a video simply titled The Leafy Rant. In it, he accused Leafy of building his entire empire on cruelty, mocking people for how they looked, spoke, or behaved instead of what they did. Klein's tone was disappointed rather than angry, but his message hit hard. Leafy wasn't punching up at bad actors anymore, he was punching down and enjoying it.
Leafy is here, popular YouTuber who's been blowing up big time. And not only him, but a whole genre of YouTubers, of these kind of commentary channels where they show video game footage and then talk about some kind of video and react to a video. I've been putting off talking about this because it's just, I'm actually friends with these guys, so it's awkward and it's uncomfortable. But for some reason, we as a community have been giving these guys a pass. So what happened? Leafy made a video about a guy like he usually does, calling him a asshole, cringy, weirdo, you know, whatever, all the stuff he usually does. And it turns out that this guy is actually autistic and has a YouTube channel. He's a YouTuber. So essentially, he has made fun of someone who actually has a mental disability, and they made a video of themselves crying, saying they're getting death threats, and he's really upset.
Hello, folks. I'm having a difficult time right now because some people...
The problem was that Ethan wasn't innocent either. Viewers quickly pointed out that H3H3 had made similar mockery-based videos in the past, targeting cringe creators long before Leafy popularized it. The internet smelled hypocrisy. The debate spiraled into chaos. Was H3H3 right to call out the monster he had once helped inspire, or was this just self-righteous posturing? Ethan eventually deleted the video, but not before it drew millions of views and sparked the first serious conversation about morality inside the commentary scene. While that fire burned, another one ignited. Keemstar, the face of Drama Alert and one of Leafy's closest allies, became the target of iDubbbz's iconic Content Comp series. The episode dissected Keemstar's history of harassment and manipulation, turning the entire internet against him overnight.
Comedic relief. There are plenty of other things to insult the rat for. He's manipulative, cunty, hypocritical, makes horrible content, extremely unfunny, cringy. It's kind of like picking on Tommy NC, really. It's kind of like picking on an autistic kid. Wouldn't you agree, Keemstar?
The reason why the autistic kid...
Leafy saw the shift in public opinion and made a decision that would haunt him. He turned on Keem. Within days, he uploaded a string of videos roasting his former friend, repeating the same language that had once been used against others.
I think I've ever seen.
Kenzie tweeted out this picture, kind of a scandalous picture, and the rumor is that Scumpy was kind of upset about this, so he retaliated on Twitter by following brand new e-girls. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the news today, guys.
Wait, what? Let me get this straight, Mr. Drama Alert. Someone's ex posted a picture of themselves, and then the other dude decided to follow 3 different fucking girls on Twitter, and this is fucking news? This is news. This is seriously news. What the Look, I'm sorry, Drama Alert.
To many, it looked like an act of convenience. Leafy smelled blood in the water and sided with the winning team. The move made him look opportunistic, willing to betray anyone if it meant staying ahead of the next controversy. Then, in September 2016, the storm turned directly toward him. iDubbbz released Content Cop Leafy is Here, a 20-minute takedown that did what no other video had managed: strip away the illusion of the untouchable commentator.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Content Cop. As you can probably tell, I can hardly contain myself right now, because today is the day we get to bully Leafy. Before we get started, I want to mention that throughout this video, I'm going to have moments where I'll say some controversial
The episode was brutal. Ian, the creator behind iDubbbz, didn't just critique Leafy's content, he dissected his personality. He pointed out the way Leafy prefaced every insult with fake restraint, like, "I'm not gonna make fun of him, but..." and then launched into ridicule anyway. He showed how Leafy often played dumb to dodge accountability, pretending his cruelty was just innocent humor.
Do the anti-insult and you'll win every time.
Driving a car, the Minecraft logo in the corner, his teeth. Nah, f that. I'm not gonna be talking about the kid today.
I'm not going to be talking about the kid today after showing a picture of his up snaggle.
The most memorable symbol of the video was the no chin joke, a petty yet devastating mirror of the kind of mockery Leafy himself used. Ian even printed posters of Leafy's face and taped them around town, turning his signature insult style against him.
Newcomers to my channel know that I'm perfectly fine with bullying. Make fun of someone because they're fat, autistic, or riddled with acne, I don't care. Make fun of them. I think my only stipulation with the bullying is that you also have to not be a pussy. You see, because if you're a pussy and you're hiding your putrid, malformed chin behind your hand, your sleeve, or your microphone, you're showing people that you are extremely self-conscious. You're showing people that you're a pussy, and that takes a lot of the oomph out of your bullying. I'll get more into that later in the video. Right now, I'd like to address...
It was a public unmasking. The video rocketed to over 14 million views by December, dominating every corner of YouTube's trending page and comment sections. Overnight, Leafy went from being the bully of the internet to its punchline. His core fans still defended him, but the broader YouTube audience, who were once fascinated by his confidence, now saw him as weak, hypocritical, and pretty much humiliated. After years of letting harassment slide under the label of satire, YouTube hardened its stance. Its harassment and bullying policy was rewritten to address creators who mocked individuals by name or appearance. Videos that had been up for months or even years started vanishing overnight. Leafy's back catalog began shrinking as old uploads disappeared for violating the new standards. The effect was dramatic. His Social Blade chart, once a steady climb, began to show negative monthly views, the result of YouTube deleting more videos than he could post. He tried to fight back. When iDubbbz's content cop left his reputation in ruins, Leafy released a response video. 20 minutes of defensive jokes and erratic skits filmed in his room. Instead of regaining control of the narrative, it did the opposite. It made him look lost. The humor that once felt sharp now came off as desperate.
While me and all these other people are insecure about ourselves and have to hide our chin, our face, our ears.
That was a very weak and drawn-out segment, and you pretty much just told me, yes, I am actually very ashamed of my weakness.
Meanwhile, YouTube was dealing with its own crisis. In early 2017, advertisers began pulling out after reports that their ads were appearing on extremist or offensive videos. The event, known as the Adpocalypse, triggered a massive overhaul of the site's monetization system. The infamous yellow dollar icon became the mark of death for creators. It meant a video was deemed not suitable for advertisers. For edgy commentary channels, that icon became a daily reality. Leafy's income plummeted. Even if a video avoided deletion, it likely wouldn't make money. The algorithms deprioritized him, advertisers blacklisted his content, and the site he once ruled now treated him like an infection. For a creator who had built his entire career on speed and volume, YouTube's new system made survival impossible. By the end of 2017, the uploads slowed to a trickle. Views fell, engagement faded, and the once unstoppable Leafy quietly disappeared. His final uploads drew little attention. Then, in December 2017, the silence began. No explanation, no goodbye, just absence. To the public, it looked like retirement or a forced exile. For the first time since he was 16, Calvin Lee Vale stopped talking. In early 2020, the internet did something it hadn't done in years. It mentioned Leafy again. The name that had been synonymous with toxicity and cancellation re-entered the discourse almost by accident. The catalyst was iDubbbz, the same man who had dismantled Leafy's career 4 years earlier. In March, Ian released a video defending his girlfriend's decision to open an OnlyFans account, positioning himself as supportive and unbothered.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool.
His audience, however, erupted. Many of the same viewers who once celebrated his brutal takedowns saw this as hypocrisy, a betrayal of the moral posturing that had defined his channel. And that's when Leafy reappeared. Without any build-up or announcement, he uploaded a 30-second video titled iDubbbz. No intro, no context, just a short clip, spliced with iDubbbz's words and Leafy's mocking tone.
And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know,
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
Just call me angel of the morning.
It was simple, but devastatingly effective. The comeback hit every nostalgic nerve his old audience had been waiting for. Within hours, the video went viral, racking up millions of views and trending across Twitter. The man who had been erased from YouTube had returned, and he did it by mocking the very person who ended his career. But this time something was different. The new Leafy wasn't trying to recreate his 2016 chaos. The uploads that followed short commentaries on current creators and controversies felt slower, more deliberate. The voice was calmer, the pacing steadier. He no longer went after kids or small creators for cheap laughs. Instead, he set his sights on bigger names like iDubbbz, Ethan Klein, and other major YouTubers whose reputations had shifted in the years since his fall. His feud with H3H3 reignited almost instantly. Ethan had once said, "I'd love to see Leafy try to exist on YouTube today. You can't even curse, bro."
You know, I would love, people saying, "Oh, Leafy, come back." I would love to see Leafy come back and try to exist in the landscape today. Like, the content that he was making would never fly on YouTube today, and you have to adapt and overcome the fact that, like, you can't even curse, bro. Like, I don't know. I'd like to see him try to make a comeback.
The clip resurfaced and became the foil for Leafy's comeback. He used it in multiple uploads, cutting Ethan's face over gameplay and responding with lines like, "You're a fat, disgusting piece of shit." It was petty, funny, and familiar, all the ingredients of old-school Leafy, but wrapped in a modern package. For the first time in years, Leafy wasn't just a name from internet history, he was part of the present again.
All the videos I uploaded, every single one of them. It's like yellow check mark, copyright claim. I think there's even a copyright claim on the video I made at 30 seconds, dude.
Almost
every fucking sense.
By the middle of 2020, Leafy had fully reinserted himself into YouTube's bloodstream. The algorithm was surfacing his uploads again, commentary channels were referencing him in their videos, and for a brief moment, it seemed as if he had found a way to exist in the new sanitized version of the platform. But his momentum would soon crash into the most consequential feud of his career, which was the Pokimane campaign. It began innocently enough, with a few passing remarks about Pokimane, one of Twitch's most popular streamers. She was a massive public figure with a carefully curated image, and like Leafy, she had her share of critics.
But I hit a little dislike and I say, "This not cool." That's how YouTubers work. If they're not gonna work off of morals, they're gonna work off of dislikes and comments and whatever.
At first, his videos stuck to legitimate points. He accused her of abusing YouTube's copyright system, taking down videos that used her content under the guise of protecting her image. He argued that her strikes blurred the boundaries of fair use, and that someone with her level of influence shouldn't be able to silence smaller critics. These opening shots landed well, with even neutral viewers admitting he had a point. Then came the escalation. In the first content nuke Pokimane video, Leafy dropped a now infamous line aimed directly at her most loyal male fans. "She has a boyfriend," he said, pausing for effect. "Let me say that one more time. She has a boyfriend, and you're pathetic." It implied that her fanbase wasn't supporting her out of admiration, but out of delusion, clinging to an imagined intimacy that didn't exist.
Videos seem to be the fact that Pokimane had a boyfriend. The last few minutes of Leafy's interesting video also focused on her having a boyfriend. I will only...
Over the next few weeks, he released roughly 10 videos tied to Pokimane's name. Some focused on her controversies, others used her face and name in the thumbnail but covered completely unrelated topics like the stock market, gambling, or YouTube's shifting policies. The point wasn't always the subject, it was the attention. The association with Pokimane kept his uploads trending, while the repetitive attacks built a growing narrative that he was thin-skinned, manipulative, and complicit in silencing critics. But outside the clicks, the campaign was becoming a public relations nightmare. The Twitch community, where Pokimane was most loved, fought back fiercely. Many saw the videos as harassment disguised as commentary. When Pokimane took a brief month-long break from streaming in early August, some fans and critics alike interpreted it as a fallout from Leafy's relentless coverage, even though Pokimane later clarified that her break was for mental health reasons. The timing made Leafy's role impossible to ignore. Then came the blow that ended it all. On August 21st, 2020, Leafy's YouTube channel was permanently terminated. Overnight, every one of his videos disappeared. The message from YouTube cited repeated violations of the platform's harassment and bullying policy. What shocked the creator community wasn't just the ban, it was the process. Leafy had received no warning, no strikes, and no opportunity to appeal. He woke up to find his entire digital presence erased. Some creators, including longtime critics, agreed that his content had crossed the line. Others, even those who disliked him, were alarmed by the precedent. The sudden removal of a 5 million subscriber channel without the traditional 3-strike system raised serious questions about transparency and consistency in YouTube's enforcement. Leafy was going fast, but instead of slowing him down, YouTube just put a brick wall in front of him. After YouTube's 2020 termination, the dominoes fell quickly. On September 11, 2020, Twitch issued a permanent ban against Leafy for hateful conduct. It came just weeks after his YouTube deletion, closing off one of the few major platforms that still allowed him to stream freely. He had only recently begun experimenting with live content, talking loosely with fans, reacting to trending clips, testing whether he could still pull the same audience. That experiment ended overnight. Then came the December 2020 purge. Every one of his backup YouTube channels, including some of which had quietly re-uploaded his older commentary videos, were removed. Within days, Twitter followed, banning his account after a series of heated exchanges with creators and fans. For the first time, Leafy had no major outlet left. He was totally locked out. Behind the scenes, reports from mutual acquaintances suggested that the fallout had taken a toll on him personally. Friends who still spoke to him described erratic calls and visible substance abuse. On stream, a few former collaborators admitted they were worried, noting that Leafy was cracked out or drinking heavily most nights. The image of the detached, unbothered commentator had fractured. What remained was someone who seemed trapped between nostalgia for his peak and anger at his relevance. But Leafy wasn't ready to vanish. In 2021, he began testing the edges of the internet again. His first detour was to Storyfire, a small creator-friendly video platform pitched as an alternative to YouTube. It offered looser moderation but lacked reach. Leafy's uploads there drew modest views like a few thousand per video, but the ceiling was low. Without the algorithmic push or mainstream exposure, he quickly abandoned the experiment. Next came the Way episode, his attempt to re-enter YouTube under the guise of corporate distance. He claimed that a new channel called Way was owned by a media company, and that he was simply hired talent. The ruse was short-lived. Within 2 weeks, YouTube traced the connection and terminated the account, citing ban evasion. Then came Rumble, a far less moderated platform known for hosting creators banned elsewhere. Leafy joined around April 2023, drawing an initial surge of attention. His name still carried weight. Within months, he had gathered over 40,000 followers. The content was raw, closer in spirit to his early YouTube days, but history repeated itself. 6 months later, Rumble removed his account after a string of anti-LGBT remarks and segments defending disgraced figures like EDP445. Every reappearance ended the same way. Louder, shorter, and more self-destructive than before. On Twitter, he repeatedly resurfaced under new handles, only to be banned again within days. One infamous return opened with a single post reading, "We back." It went viral for all the wrong reasons, and by the next morning, that account too was gone. From 2021 to 2023, Leafy's existence became a digital cycle. Reappear, provoke, vanish. Each comeback smaller than the last, each ban faster than before. The platforms had learned to recognize him, and by then, even the audience had moved on. By 2024, Leafy had faded almost entirely from public view. His once dominant presence had narrowed to a handful of archival uploads, Reddit threads, and nostalgia compilations dissecting his legacy. The only active trace of him left online was a small Instagram account where, in January 2025, he posted a photo suggesting that he had gotten someone pregnant. It was a cryptic caption with no context, no follow-up, and after that, nothing. No new uploads, no interviews, not even a comment. Searches for his name in 2025 brought up think pieces and retrospectives, not new videos, and that seems to be the last we will be hearing from him for a while. What do you guys think?